You take the red pill, and the journey ends. You wake up in your bed, and you believe what you want to believe. You take the blue pill, and you see just how deep the rabbit hole goes. Me personally, I took the brown pill. Today we are talking about the best movies to watch during Halloween. I've got tricks, I've got treats, so strap in for another banger YouTube video from the boy forever. I have a lot to cover, so I'm going to try and just shoot them out as fast as I can, but there are some categories to go over, and the first category is the classics. These are movies that relatively everyone has seen, but they are fantastic for getting you in that spooky Halloween mood. First up, we got Scream. You already know what it is. I mean, everyone knows Scream. If you grew up in the 2000s, you know what Scream is. Great slasher, great kills, at least the original. I personally would not stray too much into the sequels, because it get kind of hairy down there, like really hairy. So, first one I would recommend, and that's all I'm going to say, because everyone's seen Scream. Next movie, The Thing. Not a super scary movie, but that eerie atmosphere and sci-fi elements really make this feel just so spooky and uncomfortable. This is a great movie to watch with your friends, especially because the ending. I love putting my friends onto this movie and just watching them sit there at the end and be like, is that it? Final Destination is next up. The second sort of movie series, franchise, whatever you want to call it. I would say with Final Destination, watch maybe the first couple, maybe the first 4, but if you're not having a good time 5 movies deep, there's no point going 2 more, you feel me? The Mist, again, a 2000s horror movie. It's low-hanging fruit, but if you haven't seen it, it's a great time. Another really unsettling ending. If you were watching Watch Mojo back in the day, you know what I'm talking about. This ending is pretty sad. Half the fun of this movie is watching it for that one Karen lady who's like super religious and is trying to like make a cult out of this supermarket. Really interesting stuff. Also great kills, great characters, pretty solid experience front to back. Next up with our 2000s horror, we got It Follows. It's debatable whether or not this is a classic, but personally, everyone that I've tried to put onto this movie has seen it. With a lot of slasher movies and movies where people just die in rapid succession, you're really going to see the killer, like their motives, what are they doing, like what are they about? And It Follows has a really interesting killer. And there's also some very good scares in there. They hold up pretty well even in today's time. You've probably already seen it, so I'm gonna go to the next movie, which is Saw. I'm hoping by now you can kind of get why I call this section the classics. I mean, if you haven't seen Saw, maybe watch the first one, second one, third one, kind of the same deal as Final Destination. It's like they get worse as they go along. You could probably watch like 6 or 7 of these. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is also a fantastic movie. I personally would recommend the 2000s remake just because I think it's a bit more, you know, palatable for the average viewer. And I'm not too sure how the original has held up. I don't think it's aged as gracefully as some people would like you to believe. I'm kind of a 2000s purist when it comes to movies, so if I'm tweaking, let me know in the comments. Friday the 13th, same case here. Do not watch the original. That shit is ass. Just watch the 2000s remake. It's pretty much the same thing, and they have a lot cooler kills. Anyone that really gives a shit about Friday the 13th, they don't care about the original. They like the newer ones, the 2000s ones, okay? So if you haven't seen it, check it out. Get on that. The Ring is also a fantastic 2000s horror movie. It's an interesting take on paranormal activities. Really satisfying story and eerie aesthetics with the way they play with technology and this ghost. I watched this one a few years ago and it holds up pretty well nowadays. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Pretty good movie. You could also watch Nightmare on Elm Street or The Exorcist or the Conjuring series or like Poltergeist or Annabelle, but I try and stay away from too much schlock. Those movies are fun. They kind of have their quirks, but I personally would not really waste my time with them. Next section, let's go. Brown pill. This section is called the stupid ones, dumb fun, if you will. These movies aren't the best technically speaking or story speaking or character speaking or just overall quality speaking, but they're quirky, you know, they're pretty fun to watch. Sometimes you don't want to be scared. You want to have some levity, but also a little bit of spookiness in there. These movies will scratch that itch pretty well. First up, we got Scooby-Dooby-Doo. I am talking about the original Scooby-Doo live action remake, the one with Skull Island in it. That one's a lot better suited for Halloween in my opinion. If you don't like these movies or you want to get on me for being like, oh, it's not a very good movie, bro, look at the Skull Island disco ball and tell me it isn't the coolest thing you've ever seen. Can you at least respect the production? Can you respect the schmear a little bit? Goosebumps. Pretty good Halloween movie. You got these weird campy monsters all running around, terrifying this town. Like, it's a fun time. Not the highest in quality, but if you haven't seen it, maybe give it a watch. It might be worth your time, or it might not. Mess with me though. Fun fact, after Adam Sandler worked on Uncut Gems, he said that if he didn't get an Oscar for his role, then he would make a purposefully bad movie. And that movie is Hubie Halloween, baby. I love this movie. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't even a kid when I watched this. I was still in high school, and I still had a pretty good time. Would I have had a better time if I I watched Fight Club or Inglourious Bastards. Who knows, but I definitely wouldn't have been as spooked or as hyped for Halloween as I was. I personally think Adam Sandler, this is his best role. I mean, it's like up there with Uncut Gems or Punch Drunk Love. Like, he's really giving it his all in this movie, and you gotta respect that. Like, go check it out. Hubie Halloween. It's a pretty good movie. Next up, we got Five Nights at Freddy's. My notes, all they say for this movie is horror. Hey, they got Megan Fox playing Chica. Hey, raise your hand if you want to bang Chica. Last up, we got Ernest Scared Stupid. You ever been scared stupid before? If not, check out this movie. It might just do the trick. In all seriousness, though, this might be one of the higher movies in this list in terms of quality in this little dumb fun tier. Technically speaking, I'd say it's about like your average like 90s or 80s movie. It's not like the best shot movie ever. I don't even know why I'm talking like this, bro. It's called the dumb fun tier for a reason. It's dumb and it's a lot of fun. Ernest is awesome. Also, kids die in this movie. Like, they get turned into concrete. Like, that's pretty crazy. My uncle put me onto this one, so shout out my uncle. Next up, we got the great horror movies tier. Horror, you know what I'm saying? This is simply a list of great horror movies from years past that I've compiled. So if you want, like, better movies, check out this tier. First up, we got Talk to Me. This is a banger horror movie that was released. Damn, time flies, because this movie came out pretty recently in my head, but it was actually like 4 years ago. I remember very vividly watching this movie in theaters. Everybody in there was scared as hell, and that's because this movie was made by a couple of deranged YouTubers, the boys at Raka Raka. If you've seen those videos of like Ronald McDonald beating kids up, that's Raka Raka. This one is a really brutal first watch, a lot of like just gruesome moments. I have a pretty strong gut when it comes to violence in movies, but this movie definitely shook me up a bit. Also, check out Bring Her Back. I haven't seen it because A24 did the worst marketing job of all time with this movie, but I've heard it's pretty good. I'll probably check it out. You should too. If not, just go watch a bunch of Raka Raka videos. They're pretty good. Not really Halloween oriented though. Next up, we got the Terrifier movies. These movies get a lot of flack for being cheap or too grotesque or brutal, and I kind of see that, but personally, I think these movies have a lot more heart than your average Blumhouse movie. Like, I would take one Terrifier movie over a bajillion Conjuring movies, but that's just me. For the people who complain about the quality of these movies, I mean, as the series goes on, the quality increases. It's like, maybe when these movies costed a pack of gum and some shoestring, they weren't the best or prettiest looking, but now that they can have $2 million for a budget, they look pretty good. But I guess if you really can't handle gore, then stay away from these movies. Go back to Weenie Hut Jr. if you want to. Next up, we got Evil Dead Rise, the newest movie in the Evil Dead franchise. As a newcomer to this series, I had a great time with this one. Great kills, really interesting monster, great creature design, really great practical effects. Also, the mom in this movie is fantastic. I think she's a super slept on performance when it comes to horror movies. There's good jump scares and cheeky stuff here and there, but it's mostly about, you know, people getting brutalized in really bloody ways, which I can't lie, I like seeing in movies. Maybe I'm freaky. One day we'll find out. But for now, go check out Evil Dead Rise if you haven't seen it. It's like the Jackass of horror movies. Not the only one, there's plenty of them, but it's one of them at least. The Oscars snubbed the absolute shit out of this next movie. I'm talking about Nosferatu. Real ones know Nosferatu is a banger. I'm not going to say too much because it came out last year, so everyone's still somewhat familiar with it, but if you want to talk technicals, this movie's got it. I mean, it's probably one of the better technical movies of this entire video, so check out this movie if you haven't seen it, and if you do watch it with your parents and your sister and your stepsister and your auntie and your uncle. Like, bring your whole family, bro. I'm not talking about Clash of Clans. I'm talking about Zach Kreger's directorial debut, Barbarian. If you've seen Weapons and you're like, oh, I want more of that, then go get some, bro. Like I said in my Weapons video, Barbarian and Weapons are pretty similar stylistically, but it's a whole different experience in Weapons. It's a lot more condensed in one little area. It's a great suspenseful horror movie, and it'll get you just spooked enough to go out on Halloween, so check it out. Next up, we got Mad God. If you want a glimpse into the kind of movie that I love, watch Mad God, okay? I'm not gonna say anything beyond that. It's brutal as hell and really out there, but also pretty spooky, really suspenseful. If you know me, you know I love this movie. I will never miss an opportunity to put people onto this movie. Check it out, and good luck finding it on any streaming sites. Smile 2 is the most underrated horror movie of 2024. That is not an opinion, that is a fact. This movie is a banger, okay? I did not like Smile 1 at all. I thought it was just some Blumhouse, garbage, but Smile 2 changed my opinion of that franchise completely. The concept of the monster in the Smile movies really isn't that crazy or creative, but from the lens of this pop star girl who is also also like kind of trying to redeem her career, who feels like she has the weight of the world on her shoulders. It is just so entertaining to see how this monster plays with her. Crazy ending, great practical effects, and an absolutely nuclear performance from Naomi Scott. Gotta give her flowers. I do not like Charlie's Angels. I don't like her other movies, but she is fantastic in this. This movie is like that Little Caesars meme where it's like, oh, it tastes so much better when you don't got somebody in your ear yapping about how cheap it is. It's like, who cares, bro? It's a great time. Check out Smile 2. Next, we got The Fly. This is more of a sci-fi movie than a horror movie, but it's got insanely solid technical effects thanks to David Cronenberg, and also a really compelling story between Jeff Goldblum and his love interest. It's awesome to see him go from like 0 to a million to like dust. A brutal, just really sad ending. Tragic, but in the way of like a car crash where you can't look away. I personally wouldn't look away from all the practical effects this movie is pulling off. If you want a good sci-fi movie with a good story and also some horror elements, we'll say, then check out The Fly. Last up on the great horror movies tier, we got the VHS series. These movies are cute, okay? They aren't the highest quality or highest budget movies, but I find them kind of endearing, and they are really good for watching during Halloween. They're pretty much tailor-made for Halloween. They have like 6 or 7 different little short films all jam-packed into one movie. The fun part about these movies is that you can kind of watch half of them and then walk away and then come back and watch the other half with no real repercussions. Some of the short films are really short, some of them are a lot longer. They all have their own sort of stories going on, and they're not bad. Not bad. Check them out. And last up, we got the S tier, the very best Halloween movies. These movies are Halloween themselves. I can't even explain what about it makes them so perfect for Halloween. It's just the aesthetics and overall mix of levity and also horror, which is what Halloween's all about. It's trick and it's treat. And the first movie we're talking about is Trick or Treat. This is like the quintessential Halloween horror movie. I mean, it's set during Halloween. Everyone's wearing costumes. The main villain is very Halloween oriented. You have this great episodic format with twists throughout it that feel very satisfying and new. And it's got that 2000s horror movie raunch, some really bloody kills. Yeah, if you haven't seen Trick or Treat, go check it out. I feel like a good amount of people have, but still a great movie. If you haven't seen it, hey, check it out, man. Next up, we got Beetlejuice, also Nightmare Before Christmas, but really any Tim Burton movie. Tim Burton's whole style is pretty much just Halloween if it was a director, but he kind of fell off in his later career, so I won't recommend everything he's done, but for sure check out Beetlejuice or Nightmare Before Christmas. Great movies. Again, that perfect mix of trick and treat, you know what I'm saying? Next up, we got the DreamWorks Halloween short collection. I don't really know what to call it besides that. This isn't a movie. It's more of a collection of little short movies that involve like DreamWorks characters during Halloween, fighting ghosts and zombies and witches and just spooky things in general. In terms of how pumped it gets you for Halloween, it really speaks for itself. They're like 20 minutes each, super bingeable, and also pretty entertaining. If you like Shrek or you like Monsters vs. Aliens, you'll like these little shorts. They're just so bingeable. They're like 20 minutes each. Check them out, man. Next up, we got Ghostbusters. I'm not too big of a fan of this movie, but I still gotta give it up and say it's pretty good to watch if you want to get in the Halloween spirit. That being said, I would really only watch the first one, maybe the first trilogy, but not the 2000s remake. That one is pretty bad. But yeah, if you want like a more chill, like 90s sort of comedy tone, but also some really weird effects and creatures, then check this one out. I mean, it's Ghostbusters. Like, are you afraid of ghosts? And last but not least, the literal best movie to watch before Halloween, the Halloween pregame movie, whatever you want to call it, the best movie on this list to watch before Halloween. I'm talking about Coraline, baby. Everyone knows what is good with this movie. I don't even got to explain it. It's just such a banger, and it's also the perfect movie to watch before Halloween. People talk about horror movies like Scream or Friday the 13th, like, oh yeah, it was pretty scary. People talk about Coraline in a whole different way. This movie isn't just scary, it's creepy and disturbing and has a lot of really messed up subtext if you want to look into it. But at the same time, Coraline is just such a cheery little protagonist, and the stop motion art style is just a thing of beauty. You know, you never know what you got till it's gone, and that shit is definitely gone. Rest in peace, Laika. Also a fantastic movie. Some movies you watch when you're a kid and you watch it when you're an adult and you're like, this is dog shit. But Coraline is the opposite. You actually enjoy it more if you're an adult. If you haven't seen Coraline in at least 3 years, you are legally obligated to watch it before Halloween. I didn't make that rule up. I'm just the messenger. Like, I didn't make that rule. The government did. I'm just telling you so you don't get in trouble, because they might bust down your door and tell you to go watch Coraline if you haven't seen it in at least 3 years, okay? That's how serious it is outside. Perfect tricks, perfect treats. I might be doing tricks on it. That's because I love Coraline. I just gave you guys 30 different Halloween movies to go watch that'll put you in the perfect mood to go trick-or-treating, or just booze, I guess. I feel like I had a good mix of bangers, but also, you know, some kid stuff, some goofy stuff. But no matter what, every single movie on this list will get you in the perfect mood to go put on a costume and ask for free candy, bro. I love Halloween. Do you guys love Halloween? Let me know in the comments. If you want to take the brown pill then subscribe to my channel, like, comment, share, turn notifications on, and follow my other social medias. I'll put them on screen somewhere. Could be here, could be here, could be there, could be over here too. I wish y'all the very happiest of Halloweens, and please do not ask me how long I'm gonna celebrate Halloween for, cause you already know it's forever, baby. Peace out, y'all. See you in the next video. I love y'all. And shouts out to Young Shmeez and the boy Van Gappa. They guessed my costume with the swiftness. So happy Halloween to you two beautiful boys.